Welcome back to Digital Champions TV. I'm Greg Kirkham, and today I get to speak with Lori Highby, CEO and founder of Keystone Click, based in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Lori, welcome
Hello
to the
there.
show, my friend. It's great to have you.
Thanks so much, Greg, for inviting me. Excited to be here.
So let's dive right in. Tell us about Keystone
Sure.
Click. Where did you get started?
Yeah, Keystone Click is a strategic digital marketing agency, and I like to put the emphasis on strategic because we believe in order to properly market to your customer, you need to understand them. So we start with research first. We dive into your brand, your customer, and your competition, build a strategic plan, and support the full implementation of that. So that's website, social media, paid advertising, and media production.
Wow, so it sounds like you're busy, but you're doing awesome things right now. So, really, the approach that you take, I resonate with this very strongly, right? You need to know your client before you ever even touch that account because you don't know what you're walking into until after you know what you're walking into and what help they really need, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of my favorite kind of case studies that I like to share is we worked with a client and we still work with them. But when we started out working with them, they assumed that people were buying from them because they were the cheapest. But at the end of the day, after we did a number of customer interviews, we learned that their customers liked them because of the ideas they brought to the table. And if you know anything about, like from a strategic perspective, there's a lot of value in that. They weren't going to them because they were the cheapest. So they repositioned their entire messaging strategy based on the insights that we learned by conducting those customer interviews.
Yeah, it's fascinating how, typically the individuals that are running the business, not in a bad way, but many times they're the ones who have a completely different perception than their audience or than their actual clients, right? So it sounds like this
Yeah.
really helps them dive into that and really helps them define their business more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you want to make sure that you're using messaging and language that ultimately is going to resonate and connect with that ideal customer that you want to be working with, as opposed to, when we're in the day to day, we're using industry jargon and acronyms, and the audience that we want to get in front of doesn't always know that. So we want to make sure from a marketing perspective that the messaging is going to pull them in to want to learn more and want to do business with you. And that's why it's so important to do the research first.
Yeah, and you're doing an incredible job at doing so. So, I like to ask, especially given your experience and given your approach, what are some of the most important tips that you would give to businesses when it comes to digital marketing, and especially as the landscape kind of changes quite a bit?
Yeah, that's a great question. As the landscape changes, I find a lot of people want to always chase the new shiny object, the new platform, the new trend. But the reality is the better you understand your customer, as we've already talked about, the better you're going to create messaging and content that's going to resonate with them. So figure out where are they hanging out, where are they spending their time online, and that's the channel you should be focusing on. Go really deep in that channel, own it, build a community, build your audience there, as opposed to spreading yourself really wide and thin where you're not going to really be of great value to a number of people.
Wow. Well, it sounds like you're really dialing that in, definitely. So, hey, thank you so much for sharing your insights today, Lori. To connect with Keystone Click and learn more about how Lori Highby and her team can help your business grow, visit digitalchampionstv.com.